You wanted a man inside a machine, and that's what you've got. But the human element will always be present. Fear, instinct, bias, compassion, they will always interfere with the system.
Okay, but Dennett, I've got to give the American people something they can root for, something aspirational, right? They have to believe in this thing. Pretty good. That's not, I don't know how to sell okay.
Well, that was a clip from RoboCop, a remake of the 1987 movie.
But is this a software upgrade, or does it need a few quarts of oil? Here to tell us our resident critic, Will Loper.
Well, you know, this RoboCop, it's sleeker, it's shinier, but there are still a few squeaky joints to be had, you know. Omnicorp wants to put robot cops on the streets of America. People aren't so hot on the idea, so Michael Keaton thinks, hey, let's make the pill a little easier to swallow by first making a robot that's half human. So after a detective is blown up in a car explosion, they take what's left, basically a head and a hand, and put it into a robot body. Problem is, he's just not as efficient a killing machine as straight-up robots, so they start to remove what makes him human and make him more robot. Not as good as the original. They made sure to add more gunfights, more CG robots, more Sam Jackson. Did manage to raise some interesting questions. What is it to be human? You know, to be human is to be flawed. If we take away the messy parts of being human, we take away humanity itself. This movie doesn't explore these issues as much as I would have liked. Still an entertaining enough ride, warrants at least one viewing. Maybe wait for on demand. So.
Wow. Okay. So what did you give this one?
I gave this one 3 out of 5. The original RoboCop. I think it's probably his reaction when he heard they were making a remake. So.
I like the original.
The original is very good. Yeah. So. Definitely go see that one.
So now here's a switch from RoboCop 2.
Well, if you were bored on Valentine's Day, maybe you went and saw Winter's Tale. It stars Colin Farrell, Russell Crowe. See if you can stay with me here. He plays Peter Lake. He's a thief who one day while burglarizing a home stumbles upon Jessica Brown Finley. She's really scared. He's holding a gun, but hey, since he looks like Colin Farrell, she says, why not join me for a cup of tea? They fall in love after about 2 days. Now, Russell Crowe plays a demon gangster obsessed with killing Farrell. Basically, Javert's not a smart twin brother. Luckily, Colin has a flying horse, which is really a dog spirit of the East, helps him out whenever he needs it. Colin Farrell gets thrown into a river. He emerges about 100 years later, no memory. Jennifer Connelly sees this homeless weird guy and thinks, hey, I'll help him since he looks like Colin Farrell. Every single scene had me nearly bursting out in laughter, thinking this cannot get any worse, but it does, you know, it just is so ridiculous. Maybe it makes more sense in the book it's based on, but for me, this was more jumbled than a jigsaw puzzle box you buy at Goodwill, so.
Whoa. Okay. Wow. So there's a preview. So what did you give this?
I gave this a whopping 1 flying horse out of 5. You won't see anything stranger than Colin Farrell and Jennifer Connelly flying around New York City on a flying horse.
And Rob noted the bad haircut.
And the bad haircut as well.
But what a cast, you know, and Farrell's had like 3 kind of...
Yeah, unfortunately. You know, and I like Colin Farrell a lot. In Bruges was an amazing movie, and 7 Psychopaths, but lately he's just been kind of striking out. So
can't win them all, I suppose. All right, so next week?
Next week, we got 3 Days to Kill, 59-year-old Kevin Costner in his action movie, and Pompeii. I don't know how that one's going to end, so.
Thank you, Will.
Thank you, Will.
Thank you.
All right.